that you would run.
Yeah, easily.
They'd be like, yeah, take it over. Like,
like,
this is all G right here.
Okay, now if we
All
made it,
G.
now I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
If we made like a weekly podcast, like not playing, it only for PLEs because we could do Raw and SmackDown and NXT every week. We ain't doing AEW. That's the ops. But if
Wait, we got ops.
we did, yeah, they're the ops. Everybody knows. Everybody knows this. Yeah, everybody has an op, no matter what you do. That's little brother. That's like the Lakers. That's our Clippers. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right, let's get started.
Oh me, here we are, back again, G. Back again.
We're back.
Welcome back to the Grind Time podcast. It's just the boys. I was gonna let somebody get their rebuttal and get back and everything else, but that didn't happen.
Until next time.
Until the time comes, we'll get there. I ain't gonna say no names and nothing like that, but they know who they are. And it makes somebody else's statement looks even better.
I just gotta make it better for when the rebuttal does happen.
Yeah, finally does happen, because then we'll be able to crack some jokes too.
Yeah.
But, yep, it's just me and G on board today, and, well, since we're still here and everything else and got everything set up, I said, why not just do my own episode? So I can kill my story and everything else. G, you just really going to be here. It's going to be a lot of me talking.
Hey, I'm a good listener, I've been told. So
True. On here. On here.
Yeah.
By this time, they will have seen that, too, if they watch the full podcast.
That's true.
You got to watch all the episodes to find out which one that is.
Coming soon.
No, it'll be out by this point.
Yeah.
And it ain't even and it will be no coming soon.
So ours already came.
Mm-hmm. See, what y'all don't know is beforehand we had a whole moment about this.
Oh, yeah.
Pause.
That was a moment.
Uh-huh.
Man, I'm glad we didn't have the cameras rolling around that time.
I wish we would have had the cameras rolling.
That was something. All right. Here we go. Let's get to it.
We can get to it, but I was going to let's crack our jokes and everything else and just like, see, people just don't know. This is how we really be out here. we done had a nice, eventful time just chilling. Oh, beforehand, talking about all the football stuff with Nico.
Yeah, R.I.P. Nico.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be hated by the biggest fan group that is die hard for you.
Hate to see it.
Mm-hmm.
But
it is what it is.
You know? It's not a good year for the Nikos. You know?
No.
First Nico, not Luka. I love
him.
But I adore him a lot for giving us Luka. Mm-hmm. But other Nico, good luck. I guess he'll be in LA too, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coming soon. So
it don't matter. Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
But so we'll go back. I'll start even before I started the business. Everything else, like I've talked on several different podcasts, from Danny D's to the Relentless Pursuit, Ambition, and everything else. But it'll also be nice to have it here. Like I'll go back to like high school times and everything else where I originally started working out, maybe freshman year, a little bit beforehand. I would be going to Olympus. The one we had in Chevyville before, the dungeon and everything else. I knew really about the dungeon. It started then. My mom would work out all the time, and I would go with her to the fit club, what it used to be called then at the time. Shout out to Tabby, letting a young boy in there working out way before he was supposed to be working out. But hey,
right.
Hey, to each their own. They ain't got to know everything.
Yeah, just don't get hurt.
Exactly. I wasn't gonna do nothing to get hurt. I already knew what I needed to do.
Then you get in trouble if you get hurt.
Exactly. So that's originally where it started. That's why I've had all the people I've had on doing all those episodes, like from Trey to everybody else. There's several more people to come. My boy Debo, Marcus, Jay Wood. Like, we have some stuff lined up that I got to sit down and actually have the time to. Like, there's a lot that's done went on. If people know, they know. But hey, everything's good. My boy's good. That's praise God. That's the only way I can put that and everything else. My boy Marquise was in a wreck and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I would say that's when it really started in high school. Got to high school playing baseball, my favorite sport, and everything else. Thought I was going to be the next Big Papi. And that did not work out once I got to high school. Let's say that was like my second experience with racism, I would say. Technically, I mean, hindsight's 20/20 now. Looking back on it, that was one of the things, I didn't know anything about it really because grew up in the suburbs. Always had, hung out with the white boys and everything else and always got made fun of for it. But also I was like, I'm only going to hang out with people that I'm not going to get in trouble with. So that was kind of a thing. So it was like that, get to high school. There's really only one person on the team that was black that was on the baseball team, and he was light skinned, and you could play him off as almost white. My boy Tyler Bailey, it was literally the only one, and it was like everybody that looked like me was not on the team anymore. It was always just issues. The baseball team, and by the time I got to high school, 2012, I think it was, and everything else with Christian and all that, our high school team sucked, did not win, which if anybody knows or grew up with us when we baseball in our town, we were winning everything all the way up until high school, which, something doesn't add up about that. And when a certain coach left, they won district. So it's quite hilarious how that all worked out and everything, and it shows you hindsight. It might have been the coach and not actually the baseball players because we had talent. We've always had talent. But that was a hard time for me because baseball was one of the things where I made all my friendships something I had to do, I'd love to do. I mean, all my friends played. It's everybody that I really hung out with was on the baseball team. So I pivoted to working out and everything else. Like, it was the only thing that I had, that. And then also I played basketball a little bit, but I knew I wasn't that good or anything like that. But I at least got to hang out with Christian, and me and Christian would work out. The whole freshman summer I worked out with him and been a part of the basketball team. It was like my freshman year I played the freshman team and managed the varsity team. So we went from that, doing that, working out and everything else. And it was like literally my only out was to work out. So at that point I was like, wait, now I'm old enough to actually, really go to the gym and stuff. So I got back into the gym and started working out. And that's where I met most of all the people I met and, really started down the actual lifting side of things, and has been my, the things that just helped me through any situation was to lift weights. Never the diet part, but always the weightlifting part was my thing and stuff like that, I'll say. Hold on a sec. I need to get some water.
Oh, you're good.
So, that was it. That's where it really started. And then the more and more I did that, the more new friends and people I hung out with that also had the same interests. So we went from doing that for years. Then I started detailing cars because my neighbor was working with his cousin. That nigga didn't show up, and he knew, hey, that boy over here keeping his car clean, and called me in. So first day we washed 15 cars together. 15 cars, I went from 1 to 15 G. Bro, I'm telling you, it was a struggle. But we got it done, everything else. And then from then on, I was detailing cars on the side to make money. So when people wonder man, how you a hustler? I'm like, well, cell phone cases, and I went to washing cars in high school. Then here I am in college now, washing cars, making more money than most people working minimum wage jobs. Hey, why get a real job when I can do this and make more than everybody else? So it was all right, cool. Continue to do that. Still do it to this day. Where for all the people that keep asking me, Matt, do you still detail? Yes, I still detail cars, guys. If you want to holler at me, just holler at me.
What are your rates?
Depending on what you want. If you got a sedan, it'll start at 40, go up. Trucks start at about 50, 60, depending on what all you want done, and it goes from there and stuff. SUVs all in the same category as trucks and stuff, because them big old vehicles y'all got nowadays, boy, it takes that much longer. And it's rough.
Okay.
But those are normally what the prices are on all that and everything. But it was also something I found that I actually enjoyed, and I wasn't with a whole bunch of people. Didn't even when working with Stanley and stuff, we would talk a lot, but we really wouldn't. And I could just focus on doing what I was supposed to be doing and everything else. And it one of those things that has helped me a lot when everything goes wrong. I'm I'll just go out here and clean my car and be away from everybody else and stuff like that I enjoy, that I keep to this day. It's it's why I don't really promote washing cars. I want to do it here and there, help out a couple friends, and that's really it. And go from there. But back on topic. We'll say, so doing the working out and stuff, and all everybody else was like, hey, we were cracking jokes, and I, bought rims and everything else, and had started at MTSU, and I'm just like, there goes another couple $100 for new tires because I hit another pothole in Murfreesboro. I'm like, I'm not doing this if I got to drive over here, 3-4 days a week to go to school. So I'm like, I'll sell these, and sold the rims and everything else. I'm still sorry to whoever bought those rims. One of them was cracked, and we just filled it. I hope everything's good with you. You got finessed. To be honest with you, bro. Like I gotta come clean. I gotta come clean about these things.
How long ago was this?
That was 2018, 19, something like that. Yeah.
You said 7 years later. You're like,
it happened like maybe a week or two before. Like I took them off and posted them for sale. I didn't even like, oh, something's wrong with this tire. It probably needs to be resealed. I thought that's all it was. Come to find out, it was actually cracked.
Damn.
I hate it for the guy.
That's tough.
He still got a great deal on him though. He still
got
a good deal. I mean, it was still like $400 or $500 off. So I mean, I technically only lost like $500 on those rims. Or normally you don't get that lucky with something like that. But hey, each their own. Hey, I'll at least let him know I can't clean about it. That's good off my conscience now.
Right.
That's out there.
He had to let the world know.
Yeah. So
I know who's getting a confession today. That's
yeah. We're gonna get a lot of them, bro. Yeah. It's gonna get deep. Just let you know now. But so it's like that. And just sitting on the money, it was like me, my boy Taylor, Jay Wood, Marquise, Debo, all these people I would see in the gym, Jamie, Tim, we'd all be there, and we started cracking jokes. Like, I really don't know who was the first one that would literally say that we was on a grind, and it's the grind season, it's the season to grind and stuff like that. Like, I'm just the one that capitalized on it because it was like, that sounds dope. I go to school for business and marketing. That sounds like something that could really be something else and everything else. Like, I had no clue we would be here today doing stuff like this.
Right.
At all. If anybody would have said that's what this would have led to, I would have looked at him and laughed at that time. Definitely at that time, because it was like, ain't no way. Me, no. So I did the first drop, which was like a playoff of the, a shirt we had in high school and everything else. Like, oh yeah, here we go. This is gonna sell out. I still have shirts from that set. I got one left.
Like the OGs?
Mm-hmm. Like the original, the first shirt I ever dropped.
I think the black ones, like the dry fit.
GrindSZN. It has it on the front, and it's 25/8, and everything else.
Yeah, I remember those because y'all used to roll up in the stew with those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I still love it. I still rock it all the time and everything else. And I'm like, but that was literally the first shirt. I got over like 50 of them. I have one left that has, technically could be for sale, and I'm like, I'm still debating on if I will sell it or anything else. Like, I don't even think they're on the website anymore and stuff like that. Like, I brought it to a couple events. I kind of want to just keep it and like literally put it in a plaque or something like that. Like, actually have it hang up one day. Or
so that way, when you can kind of look back and go, okay, I remember what. Yeah,
this is exactly where we started from, because it's like a lot of people that start businesses keep like their first dollar they make or stuff like that. Like, I don't have any of the first dollars. I don't have some of my first designs that I ever made because one of my hard drives died. Like, literally all the original stuff that I had was on one of my Seagate hard drives. I sent it back to get fixed. They just sent me a new hard drive, and it didn't have any of this stuff on it. Like, so I literally originally lost like a lot of the old little box fonts and stuff like that I had designed, but I still have some of them now. It was lucky enough it was in between phase. Like, I had some still saved on my computer and not everything just saved on the hard drive. Thank God. But so like that was that. I mean, it was a time. I was like, I learned a lot and everything else. Like, worked with Marquise with Top Tier Sports and did some flag football stuff. And, like, that's one of the things that kept me back into videography, I would say, because even at that time I was making YouTube videos and nothing real crazy edit-wise, but until then. But so we went from that, and then it was to the blue shirt, and then that's around the time we met and everything else. So, like, I had literally was working at FedEx, had saved up money and everything else, because at the time was like, trying to get a new car, here we go. And then ended up, it was like, you know what? I haven't done anything with grind season in like 2 years. It hasn't really dropped anything else, anything like that. And I'm like, I'm gonna put some more money back into it and drop another shirt. I finally found like a logo that I liked and everything else.
And this is the Panther,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Like
Okay.
this one,
yeah.
this design and everything else just in the royal blue design shirt and everything else. So went and was like FedEx. I'm like, you know what? I got money. I'm going to 580. Boom, boom, boom. Put that in, got those in, and I'm like, I'm gonna actually put more time into this. Started to put more time into it, and then finally started to see some of the first shirts sell, some of these shirts selling, and everything else. And I'm like, you know, maybe there is something in this. Maybe there is, you know, a future with me doing this and everything else. At the time, I really wasn't working out and everything else because working at FedEx, working second shift, just threw a wrench in my whole day. Like, get there at 1 or 2, 3, and then work until 10, 11 o'clock at night. It was just like...
Your day's gone.
Yeah. Like, the whole day is gone. I'm like, I'm not going to work out after work. I wouldn't get up until, like, noon or something like that and everything else. I'm out of school, so this is all I got to do. I'm making more money than I've ever made. Like, I'm set. So, dropped those, and then I started like, man, I'm going to get back in the gym. So, I started working out, and then I got the call from Aaron and be like, hey, you know how I said, if I ever have a spot open at the vape shop, you can come work for me. And I was like, this is the opportunity that I can take this job, focus actually more time in the grind season, that it's growing. It's starting to actually, you know, blossom a little bit. It's getting some movement. So I was like, you know what? I'll leave here, go work at this vape shop, make almost the exact same amount of money I'm making working here, but I'll also be in a location in town. I can bring my laptop when nobody's there and actually work on new stuff, new designs, get post out and stuff like that. So I was like, why not? Why not? What do I got to lose? Like, let's take this opportunity. Boom. I do it. This is like the start of COVID and everything else too. So it's a wild time. Like, I said, you know, forget a secure job that is everything else. And it's like also one of the jobs that like essential workers were somehow we fought in that because everybody needed their packages and everything else because everybody's at home ordering everything.
Oh yeah.
So true. we were technically essential workers. So,
but that pay was nice though.
We didn't.
Oh well, probably not. Probably the same.
Gee, we got like a 20-cent raise or something. That was it. Oh, a 20-cent raise for, hazardous pay. That was our raise at the time. You thought, the people that you know are out here getting everybody day packages and still working and working more hours than what we normally did and everything else. That was the only way you got more pay is because we was just working more hours. And we were doing the numbers we would normally do during peak season. So the time of like, you know, around Black Friday, maybe 3 or 4 weeks before Black Friday until like a little bit into December, like it's the peak time. Mm-hmm. And we were starting to do those numbers on a daily basis and stuff like that, which was wild and everything else. Cause it's like, everybody's like, we have never done this much on a Monday out of nowhere. And it's like, everybody's at home.
Nobody's doing.
Everybody's just ordering stuff and then ordering more stuff.
To not even use stuff they ain't even gonna use later on, just because they at home bored.
So it was like, I'm like thinking about it. Like, Aaron hit me up about that. I was like, all right, cool. You know, I'm thinking about just like, let me just go work there and everything else. Apply for a manager position. Did not get it. Watch somebody get hired on, and then move up to doing almost everything I'd been doing. That I'd been working there for over almost a whole year now. And them get moved up and making as much as I was making. I'm just like, no, dog. I can see like all of you are friends with them already. So that must mean y'all know each other beforehand. That's why you got hired on. And then you instantly get to skip past the lines of doing all the hard work. And I seen you in a trailer. You're not doing anything that we're doing. I'm like, I can run this whole facility on this side, like this load area, unload area and stuff like that. And I'm like, this is not it. Like, I applied again for another manager position, didn't get it. And I'm like, all right, peace out.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Here goes my 2 weeks, everything else. I mean, like, shout out to my boy Sharp that still be out there. And he's like, bro, if you ever want to come back, holler at me. I'm like, I love Sharp. I had a great time with him. But it was like, it's not worth it. I'm not doing this. I want to focus on my business because I'm like, I can't see myself doing this for years to come and stuff like that.
Right.
So dipped out. COVID's happening. shop's not doing what it used to do. It goes to like, hey, Aaron's like, hey, Matt, it's just gonna be me running the shop. It's moving too slow. So that's when we started our HQC Mondays and stuff like that. So at least I was still locking in with all of y'all. Gas prices was down. I had money saved up that I saved like before leaving FedEx and everything else. So that was nice. Like I had some security and everything. So I had nothing to worry about. So got into it, hanging out with y'all, doing more drops. We started actually pushing the business and everything else. Dropped. The next year there were red shirts and everything else. We did that photo shoot too out in the GOAT and everything. It was a lot of fun, and finally started, being a part of events and got invited to more events and stuff like that. Olympus, shout out to Sean and all them, getting us in there and doing stuff there. Shout out to like Tyler too, because I mean, working with him and Ambition got me a whole bunch of connections that, like, it's truly is still a blessing to this day, like, because those connections are like literally us doing the last podcast with Danny is because of Tyler. That's the only reason why I actually met her, and everything else is through Ambition. So it's a lot of that, and then it's like started putting out. We got to what came next after we dropped Red. Then I dropped that year. That was the end of that. Then I dropped the hoodies. The actual hoodies again and everything else. What was it? I think it was the actual old hoodie, the first hoodie, the black one.
Yeah,
that was next. I dropped that black hoodie with the actual original logo of what this Panther's supposed to look like and everything else, and we had that dope photo shoot. R.I.P. to Black Magic. R.I.P. What a night! What a night!
That was such a fun night until Black Magic went down.
Like we got some dope pictures. You got dope pictures.
And those are still. I think we still got the Black Magic photos till this day.
Oh yeah, I kept that link.
Is that's the one we were on the in the garage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the parking garage. Like all us with the hoodie on. Me, you, Christian, Dave, and Henry. We was all there.
Yeah, that was an era right there.
Like
R.I.P. Black Magic.
Man, hey, we back though. He got a new one. We back.
Yeah, there we go.
So we got all those. Had that time that night. Everything else. Shot the music video. Did that music video ever go? I don't know.
Did it?
I don't think it did. I don't know. I'll talk to Dave.
Yeah, I'm about to say. I don't know if it did, because I would have remembered. I remember shooting it.
I don't think it ever did.
Yeah, I don't know. No. I remember the photo shoot for sure, but then we hit the video. Yeah, you might have asked it. Yeah, that's been so long ago. It feels like. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, I'm about to tell him hit me with that one, because it was a 5 video though. It's still a 5 video. And HV was literally learning how to use the Black Magic on top of that. That was the crazy part, because he had to focus everything, and that was him a whole learning curve he had to learn.
There's no telling what he's doing. If you give him Black Magic now.
Crispy with it. I done seen some of them weddings he done shot, boy. Woo.
Man.
Woo.
Different.
Real different. But we shot those stuff, got all the hoodie drop and everything else. Like, that was the biggest, drop since, everything up for at that time period and everything that I've ever dropped and stuff like that. And then the start of the following year, we dropped originally the Grind Don't Stop shirts, the black and green ones. Shout out to my boy Matthew, Josh, Odin, whatever he wants to go by, I don't know. But he was literally at the gym while I was there shooting with my girl Brandy. I was like, man, I'm gonna go ask him and his girl that they wanted to be in a shoot and everything else. He ended up only showing up for that shoot. She was like sick or something like that. We'll work at some point in the future though, because she's still out here repping and everything else. Like, great couple. But like literally asked him, was like one of the first random people I ever asked, and went out my way like, hey bro, would you want to do this so I can get pictures? Did that with him, and then that really started like the whole kick of, boom, let's really really hit this ground running. Like, people are really liking it, and he's just some random guy I saw at a gym to me at that time. Like, hey, would you do this? And he's like, yeah, I love these. That's dope, bro. So did that. Then that's also when I was working with my boy Jacob Hayes and everything else too. And he's like, bro, let's run it up. We did another photo shoot with a guy named Chris and everything else at Olympus. Really dope. Grateful for him to be hopping in to shoot him, and another guy too. Did that. Had a great opportunity with them. Then by that time I dropped the pink shirt. That was the next drop, and I brought in some leggings.
Yeah.
Did that. And then me and Jacob did a shoot with 3 girls and everything else. Great opportunity, a lot of fun and everything else. And I was like, bro, I need to find more people to get in shoots and stuff like that. But at the time, that's not really what I was focused on. It was really just getting out there and people seeing the logo and stuff like that. Because I'm like, once people see it, they'll know what it is from that point on. So went from there and everything else. Then dropped the next hoodie and everything else was the 3. The red, blue, and black hoodie and everything else with the half face. And that was a fun one and everything else. I really enjoyed it, and it did really well. Like, I still see people all the time rocking them nowadays and stuff like that. And so it's good. So then we move on to like the next year. I don't remember what else I dropped then. I
Remember you did the one.
see.
Remember you did the one for my flag team. Remember? Was that or was that the year after? Or was that?
That was a year after.
Yeah.
Because I had actual tank tops and stuff like that too beforehand. I'd already done the Respect the Pump tanks, and we did the video with Cross and everything else. And
then that's when that was the year of the expo, right?
Yeah, the first expo, I think it was.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah. Because this will be year 3 of the expo.
Yeah, it's be year 3.
This will be year 3, and everything goes back at the fitness expo and everything. Like, I'm waiting for them to drop our post and everything else still. I had to double check the other day while I saw somebody else get posted. I'm like, I paid for that, right? Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
had to go double check.
Hey, don't forget us now. You know?
Maybe it was me. Maybe it was on my end. But no, that'll probably be soon. I probably need to check my email. They might have emailed me about asking for the logo or something like that. Hopefully not. No. But yeah, we good for that. So it was like, did that and everything else. Like, at that point, like, dropping the Respect the Pump tanks and everything else got to, like, because that was the second time. No, it was the first time we did that one. The first one, black ones came this past year. Dropped the gray ones and everything, and it was like, I felt like I was on top of the world then, like, because how well the business was doing, I had not had to put any more money into the business in a good minute and everything else. Like, literally, all the sales that were being made were supplying the drops, all the events that we did pay for going to, and everything else. And I did not have to put any excess money into the business. So it was like, here we go. It's finally starting to happen. Like, I'll be able to step away from my job, do all this. Because I'm like, if this is making its own money, I can go out, do the stuff I need to do business-wise that I learned actually in school. Like, I can go out here, go to actual, banks and everything else, show them all this information. Like, look, hey, this business is turning a profit. Here goes the last couple years. You see how it's grown. It's continuing to grow. We have more growth. And, like, I'm just trying to get loans, because then I'll be like, I only make X amount. Like, I'm not making that much money. I'll make X amount. I'll be able to get a loan for this amount. It will be over double what I make. So I'll be able to pay myself for a whole year, so I can cover all my bills and everything else, and then have money to make grind season grow. And I wouldn't have like a year or 2 to actually pay back that money. So I'm like, all right, that'd be enough time. If I have 10K for grind season, I can make that 10K easy and 20K at least, and everything else. So, like, all that happened, and I'm like, all right, here we go. Going into the year, talking to this girl I loved and everything else. Life was good. Life was good. Going way too good. I should have known something was up. It was going way too good.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes.
It was like, even when things go wrong, I wouldn't even get mad about them. Everything was good. The world's coming back outside. We having all our events again. Everything's back into motion. And then it was like, you know what? Time finally came. I told her how I felt. Things did not work out how I wanted to. And, like, I literally was like, F it, I'm going to show her. I'm going to grow this business even faster. When I got all the LLC stuff, got all this stuff, and it was like, I easily went into like a couple grand in debt for getting all the paperwork and everything else. Like, it was the only thing I've ever spent for the business that I knew would not be something that would make it more profit. Like, that was the first time I did that, and I was like, all right, yeah, cool, whatever. We started the year with that. That was 22, I think it was, yeah. And everything else is like, I'm going to bet on myself, everything else. And it was just like, I doubled down when I should have just like, chill out, let the business grow to that point where I had the fun just to do it, and everything else, hindsight 2020.
Right.
And me and her just completely stopped talking. And it was like literally the biggest breakdown of my life. Didn't want to do any of this stuff. Didn't want to have nothing to do with the business. Like literally, it's like got LLC stuff, feeling like I'm on top of the world. Being her had the biggest fallout. Didn't want to do anything. Literally had a breakdown in front of my parents and everything else. And it was just like, it was hard to like get up and go work out. Like I didn't even want to get up and go work out. Like I thought finally, all the things that would happen, even like, those nights when you started at MTSU and stuff like we was talking about in the studio, like, the one that got away and everything else, like I come back to my life and I was like, there's no way I'm going to mess this up now. Like it's meant to be, it's like defined and woo and stuff. And it didn't. And here we are. Like, I'm like, all right, now what am I going to do? Because I was sitting here picturing the whole future, everything else, how I'm going to move all my stuff, move to Memphis, be there with her, and still, grow the business here and everything else. Because people's like, if people already think I live in Murfreesboro and I don't even live in Murfreesboro, what if I move, the other side of the state of Tennessee? And people still wouldn't know because, like, I could easily pop back up and everything else. Like, it's not like it's that long of a trip. I mean, it's a trip, but it ain't like it's not something I've not gone there and back in the same day several times.
Right.
And it surprises people. Like, you really drove all the way? Yeah. I hopped in the car, filled up the gas and everything else. It's like, it's a 3.5 hour trip. It ain't nothing I didn't do growing up and everything else. And
it's like, essentially, how far is the drive from Shelbyville to Nashville? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah. So, yeah, something like that, a little over an hour.
But say, if you're doing that, you're basically, during COVID, you're basically doing that every day.
Mm-hmm.
You add a couple, tack on a couple extra hours, but yeah.
It ain't nothing too big and different right there. So it's like, did all that and everything else. And it was just like, man, like I struggled to get to the gym and everything. And I was just like, you know what? I know it'll cheer me up. I will drop, my journey video and everything else. And like literally it's pinned on my Instagram and everything and everybody can see it. And it was like, I dropped that video at my lowest point. Even with all the people, saying congrats, I'm proud of you, you down 70 pounds and everything else, it was like I was still at my lowest and it did nothing for me and everything. So it was like a real awakening for me and stuff like that. It was just like, man, I don't know. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore and stuff. And I'm just like, whatever, woo-de-woo. Try to keep trucking, slowly forcing myself back into the gym. And during that time, it was like a lot of random people messaged me out of the blue. And it was like, this is weird. And like talk to and stuff like that. And then next thing I know it, I get a phone call from my mom's best friend. And it was like, I vividly remember the call and everything else, how she sounded and all this, and saying like, Kelman has died and everything else. And it was like, what? What do you mean and everything else? And it was like, I already felt like doing something that he just did, and I'm like, this is wild that this happens right now when I feel like this the most that I've ever felt like. I was more depressed now than I was when I didn't have baseball anymore and everything else, and I was like, what? And I will say, like, with his passing and just seeing how everybody reacted in the community, all the people around us, and how many people it affected, it showed me, like, that wasn't the answer. Like, I hate that it had to happen like that and everything else, and us losing somebody that was such a part of the community and helped so many more people. But it showed me how many people I've helped and been a part of the community. And like, without me here, like, this ain't no business. Like right now, there's no point in anything grind season if Matt's not here.
Right.
And it was like, it was one of those awakening things. So I was like, man, let me be here for the people in this community too. That like, yeah, I barely know a lot of them, but I do know quite a bit. And like, checking on Ruck, because I was like, Ruck was the first person after calling my mom and letting her know, because like, hey, Susan trying to call you, woo-de-woo, like, you might want to call her back and answer it and everything else. And I kind of told her what happened. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, just call her. She knows more woo-de-woo, just talk to her. And then I called Ruck and let him know, and he was like, bro, I just seen him yesterday. And I was like, yeah, I was literally talking to him. Like, he pulled up to the shop and everything else and hung out with Ruck like the day before. And then I was like, yeah, I literally was just talking to him last week. And he was like, hey, people that didn't know me and him, like, I had started like an A&D detail and stuff like that. So I would come over here and detail cars for him and stuff like that. Like, he would find all the clients and stuff like that. And it would just be me pulling up to detail them every now and then. He would help out and stuff like that. And he had hit me up the week before, like, hey, it's it's about that time of the year again. He's like, I got a new client. They want their vehicle cleaned and stuff like that. And the only day he said at the time is like, hey, it's got to be this Thursday. Woo woo. And I was like, hey, sorry, I can't do it that Thursday. I actually, working at the vape shop. Like, let's reschedule for another time. And then I never heard back from him again, which at the time was like, that's weird not hearing back from him, because normally when like we talk about this stuff, it's bang, 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 we're getting it all and everything. But, hindsight now, 2020 is just like he wasn't fully there and stuff like that. So that all happened. And then me just like, I had to reevaluate a lot more, even more, like get back to my roots and everything else. So I'm just like, man, I don't know what to do. Whoop-de-woo. And I'm like, man, the one thing I do is like I still listen to church and everything else. And I'm like, I'm gonna go out and get baptized. I'm gonna get baptized and everything else. Did that. Had my family there with me. I never really posted an actual picture from it or ever really talked about it unless people have asked me or something like that. I've had come up in conversations, but I did. I went out, got baptized and everything, got my plaque and all that, and then it was not maybe a month or two later, like maybe a couple weeks after that happened, Jacob called me, like FaceTime called me. People don't know, he done moved away. So that was like my main photographer for GrindSZN stuff at the time when I first really was going. And then he had moved, done all this stuff. That's another story for him to tell when when I get him down here finally, or link up with him to suit the podcast.
It's gonna be a good episode.
That's gonna be a wild episode. I'm gonna be like, nickel. Let's go back to MJ's. Let's start there first. But so it's like he randomly FaceTime calls me. Like that's literally how we link up all the time, talk nowadays. It's just like somewhere out the blue, this man will FaceTime call me from some wild number out of nowhere that I don't know, but I know it's him. Like I know it's him. I'm like, who is this FaceTime calling?
Yeah,
I know who it is.
That's about that. Yeah, if somebody FaceTime, I feel like everybody probably has like 4 people. Mm-hmm. If it's FaceTime, it's like, for me, it's like it's Dave.
Yup.
More than it's either you or Dave, and maybe Joe, but that's probably I feel like everybody's got like 2 or 3 people where it's like if it's FaceTime.
My list is really short. It's like my sister Pandora, Dave, Henry, or Christian.
Yeah.
Like that's
Christian's gonna call. I was like, Christian's gonna call.
Yeah, but me and him are back and forth.
Or I thought Diego and Arturo, they'll FaceTime me. Yeah.
So that's literally about the only people that I ever like that. And then I have a couple more like now, like my friend Kendra. That'll be about it, really. Else, but about like the only ones I expect to FaceTime call me, and he also follows in that group. That it not a regular call. It's gonna be a FaceTime call because either he got something to show me, or something that you ain't gonna believe this. But we'll always catch up and stuff. Like I expect, like the last time I talked to him was after Tennessee beat Alabama. He could FaceTime call me. I'm like, I knew who it was. I'm like,
yeah.
Smoking my cigar. I'm like, you got yours too? Yep. He's like, I'm teaching her about football today. So it was like he FaceTime called me, and I was like, man, look, I'm trying to find a camera and everything else and stuff like that. I'm like, he's like, all right, well, this is what you need. You need a Sony 60, like whatever the one, a Sony 7A 3 or something like that. And he's like, this is what you need. Everything else, like, bruh, he's like, it's the best for photography and videography for stuff like you're trying to do and everything else. He's like, just get this kind of setup. It's going to be pricey, but it's well worth it. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm like, I wrote it out, put it in my notes and everything else, keep it, like, have it written down, like what camera they was talking about and stuff like that, because I really don't know about them like that. And then it was like a couple weeks after that, too, it was like, I was at church and everything else, and Pastor Jay's like, hey, I got a question. I'm like, yeah, what's up? He's like, you think you could make reels for the church and stuff like this? I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it ain't like I don't make all these other videos I'll be making, like making a reel and stuff like that out of your sermon and stuff. That would be something easy. I'll just have to figure out how to put captions on it. Woo-de-woo. So he's like, hey, also we might be getting a camera in and everything else if you want to use that instead and everything. Just let me know. And I'm like, all right, cool, yeah. So the following week, coming to church and everything else, he's like, we get done with it. He's like, hey, look, come to my office and everything else. And he's like, tell me what you think about this camera we got. Gee, when I tell you it's the exact same camera, lens and all that Jacob had told me a couple weeks before.
Wow.
The exact same one and everything else. And I'm like, this got to be God. It's
Yeah.
the only way. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, I have not talked to a single person about the camera, nothing else. All I did was write it down in my notes, looked it up. It was like 1,500, something like that. And I was just like, all right, cool. And then here we go, 2 weeks later, bam. Here it is right there sitting in front of me and everything else. And I'm just like, wanting to almost break down crying right then and there. And I'm like, all right, this is the sign. And then I literally looked at Jason. I'm like, this camera worked perfectly. But I also got one question. Can I shoot content from my business with it? Like, I'm going to be straight up with him. Like, he's like, yeah, if that helps you learn how to use the camera and everything else. I'm like, we said.
Yeah.
We said. I'm going
Man.
to figure it out somehow, some way. So that's literally what started all the recent content of everything else. Like, it slowly helped me get out of that darkness and everything else and depression and everything that I was in, like literally going. That's why I was doing all those shoots. So like everybody that I shot with and everything else was like literally free. Me just trying to learn how to use the camera and everything else. It's like, why pay somebody $100 something for a 15-second video is wild to me. Still to this day, it is wild that people be paying this much for these videos.
Yeah.
And everything else. And it's just like, look at what I just shot and I don't even know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's true.
At all. And I'm just like, all right, it's cool. So it's literally did all the shooting content and everything else for the business and everything over the years. And it was just like, bro, so many things just like perfectly working out, all the different athletes and stuff like that. And it's just like, there's a reason that I'm here doing this. And it shows like, this is what God wants me to do. Like at this point, there's like too many times how many things have worked out. Me having that camera got me to the Arnold and everything else with Ruck and stuff. And it's like, literally, I got to go because I was one of the ones that would show up. And I'm like, how do people not want to show up and just be a part of this and everything else? And I'm like,
For free. You know, it's like, that's the thing. You're doing it. Yeah. I mean, that's probably what the main thing is not everything needs to be about money, especially you can be someone that's known as being a reliable person when there's no money like attached to it. Once you have that, that's like you're almost irreplaceable. You literally are irreplaceable at that point. Cause
most definitely. And it's like even that, and it's like sometimes it's like it doesn't matter how dope the quality is or it's the hardest video ever made. It's like it still got recorded. Like sometimes that's all that really matters at the end of the day. The content got recorded, all that happened and everything else. And that's always been my thing now with it. It's just like I don't care if it's the dopest quality ever and everything else. It's like we're still going to record it. We're still going to get that story and put it out and everything else. And that's like one of the main reasons, like, let me get the podcast now. Because then I can have people come sit down that's A, help me get to this point, or B, is like on the rise of trying to do something bigger and everything else. And it's like, let them get on here and let them tell their story and everything that they got coming and what they're doing and all this. And it's just like, it's another way I can put that spotlight on somebody else that's out here really doing it, really about it, and really actually cares about it. It's not what everybody sees in front of their social media all the time. That is just these people trying to make money off of it.
Right.
It's people actually trying to help people and better people and stuff like that in the long run. And it's like, that's that real. That's what I want and stuff. It's like, yeah, I could go out here and spend money on all these different influencers and everything else, run all these ads and just pump out shirts and stuff like that and make a killing. But it's like, that's not what I want to do. That's not what this business is going to ever be and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of things I could do easily to make money. I could easily raise the prices of all these shirts and stuff like that and say it's the tariffs and all my prices went up because of all the stuff on the docks and everything else. And it was like my prices never went up, but I saw every other like clothing business in the gym related stuff because how big gym stuff is becoming, prices go up. Like there are several businesses out here charging $60 for shorts. I'm like, why would I pay $60 for some shorts?
yeah.
Like, literally, like, there's no way I could do it, like, you know, actually thinking about it and seeing how these people are charging. It's like you're spending hundreds of dollars for stuff that you're going to wear to a gym to get soaked in sweat.
Yeah. Maybe get dirty. Yeah.
Like, it ain't, you trying to look pretty in it and everything else. Like, it's cool to look good in the gym, but also, like.
You're in the gym.
Exactly.
If there's a one place you don't want to look, you probably don't want to go expensive clothes on, it's probably the gym. Now, if it's like equipment, that's a different story. But
yeah, like it makes a difference there. And it's like, I can't see. And then it's like me being with all these wholesalers and seeing the prices of these things. y'all are getting taxed, people. You're just getting ripped off, and you're paying for a brand just to be wearing this dope brand and everything else. And it's ridiculous how all these businesses and people are influencers taking advantage of it and stuff. And it's like, nah, I'm gonna give you that real. I'm gonna keep it raw. I don't care if some business don't want to work with me or supplement companies don't want to work with me and stuff like that, because I'm gonna tell you the truth at the end of the day. It's like all my reviews and stuff like that I do. I'm like, no, I'm gonna be honest with you. If it works, it works. If it don't, I'm like, I tell you, it's trash. ain't no reason to like to sit here and lie to make money. And I'm like, people will do anything to make money. It shows, and that's why I'm just trying to keep it real. But so wrapping back on the topic.
Little tangent, nothing important.
It's bound to happen. I had to let it out at some point. Another little confession I had to get off there. You know,
Dude, that's two.
People out here taxing.
Hey, it's not yours though, so that's their confession.
So. I'm just letting people know you getting finessed. So it was like, got that camera, did all the content and everything else, and it's like slowly or surely, it's like I found the way to easy be like, I don't care about any of these things, but also like if it ain't had to deal with any of y'all, like what are y'all are doing and anything else, like that's another reason why it's hard for me to do a show. Like I don't care, and a lot of people don't understand that point. Like I really just like there's nothing that can make me care to do anything, or people like, oh yeah, what's going like I bet I could say something to piss you off. I'm like, there's really nothing you could say. Like I hit that point of so low that like I don't care about things. Like if it doesn't affect any of y'all or what y'all have wanting to do for the future, then I really just don't care about it. Like if it ain't helping them or helping y'all do a show or need photos or something merch or stuff like that, then that's it. Like that's the point I'm at, and I'm like still at that point to this day. So it's like sometimes out of nowhere, it's like it's hard to do anything. Like I don't even want to work on podcast episodes. I don't want to do any of this. But then I just remember like, hey, it's really more worth it than just for me. It's other people that are actually, you know, part of this now too. So I get back out there and do it more. But like that's literally where it's been. So it's like there's that. We're trying to grow the podcast stuff now, like trying to get more people to follow it. So then it's another way for the business to make money without having to like rip people off, I will say. So that's where GrindSZN at, like trying to get out of more debt, because I mean like those hoodies, I went and betted on myself again. That wrapping back to that, like betting on myself is like spent all that money on LLC, got in debt, went into even more debt with those hoodies and everything else. So it's literally been a fight to get back to like breaking even, because I put it all on my credit card just thinking I'll be fine. I'm just go ahead and buy it now instead of, you know, sticking to how I've been doing hoodies. Like here goes pre-orders. If you want one, pre-order it. With all the money I get from the pre-orders, we'll buy extra hoodies so I have some stock. And then once I sell some of that stock, buy more hoodies. And where's that? I just went out and bought all the hoodies, all the sweatshirts and sweatpants. It cost me. And then this following year, I did the exact same thing with these sweatpants and hoodies. So it's like I'm sitting on all this merch that's also sitting on my credit card on interest. This is 101 Matt failed at, even though Matt graduated from business school. So it's one of those things, like it's a double-edged sword. It's just like all the pride and everything else I got, and it sucks, but hey, we live and we learn, and we're going to keep going, because I'm like, the only way it fails if I give up. And I'm not going to give up on this business and what we've done already, and how many people I've done helped, and so many people in here that's rocking with us now. It's like I can't stop. But we're here. But that's literally been my story of everything, you know, from behind the scenes and really doing all this. Like I enjoy being behind the scenes, but I know that's not where I can stay at. Per se, it's like I know I got to be out here doing these things, being on the podcast, being here, and everything, and getting out in front of people. It's like I do enjoy a little bit of it, but I'd rather be just sitting behind. G's running all the scheduling stuff. So and so is running this supplement stuff. This person's doing all the content things, and I'm like, I just work out and train a couple people, and that is all I do. And that's literally, my life would be perfect if that was just how my days were. Just like me, literally just get up, go to the gym at like 7, leave there by like 1.
That sounds like a good day, yeah.
And then just go home, chill out, do a little bit of content stuff, and call it a day. Play the game with the boys or something like that at the end of the night. That'd be it. That's what I'm trying to get my schedule to and stuff like that. Like that's what I want my future to be. But I'll get there at some point. But that's really been it. Like, I can't say too much more. I mean, if you want to hear any more of the other stuff like that, more in detail things about just what's been going on, just you have to watch some of the other podcast episodes and stuff like that. But I'll say we got a lot on the way. I want to do some like one-off drops and stuff like that. That's going to be like, there may be 10 total shirts here. So if you want one, you better holler at me right away, and that's all it's going to be. And everything else, because I know that'll be the best way to, for me to get out of debt and everything else and get the business back to where I'm not stressed about it as much and everything else. Like, I don't got enough stress, all these gray hairs in my beard.
I feel that. I don't have them in my beard, but I got a couple up here.
I've been having them in my head since like high school, G. It's been a while. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to do back then at all. And I'm just in here like, I got a couple more years of school. I'll go to college. That'll give me some more time. I don't know what I'm going to do in life at all. Like, I knew I never wanted to work for somebody else, but I was like, there's going to be something. I'm going to be able to do something to be my own boss somehow, some way. And sure enough, here we are. Years later, finally finding that. But, hey, who knew some barbells would be it? But, hey, it is.
They always say it's find the thing that that you're most passionate about. That's the thing that it may not have all the money right away, but if you keep digging after it eventually.
Mm-hmm. It is, because I always say it's the one thing that saved my life. Weights is what saved me, and it's like I'm trying to do it to save more people. Like that's how I look at it nowadays, and everything else. If I can help, I'll help. People hitting me with workouts, everything else. It's like, yeah, I might not be making money off of it, but people know who to holler at if they need that stuff.
Yeah.
Back in Shelbyville and stuff like that. So here I am, holler at me. You trying to get in these weights. I mean, if you want to make a small donation or nothing like that, hey, help a brother out too. Hey, I won't complain.
Accept,
right. So that's what it is. So it's like we have one-off things coming. Need to work on tank tops for this. I'm gonna do some different kind of tank tops and stuff like this. I got some ideas and stuff, but it might be a lot of them. We'll do a couple of them here and there. G, I know that'll be what comes next and stuff like that. I'm really trying to get it to like all the athlete shows this year. That's my main goal this year, is literally everybody that does compete at least get to one of their shows this year. That's
what shows are you wanting to? Are you gonna like sponsor at it, or are you just gonna attend? Like, what's your
most likely attend? I mean, at least. I mean, there might be a couple that I will, because I mean, like the Music City. I mean, we're gonna be there having a booth and everything else. Like
the expo.
Yeah.
Because
that one's.
When's that again?
That's May 30th and 31st.
Ooh, interesting.
2 days, yes.
Saturday. So is it 30? Is that Saturday, Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, it is a 2-day.
And that's in Nashville, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's also that weekend, right?
What's also that weekend?
Is it the Battle of the Titans?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be at the event.
Okay, so
it's actually there.
It's
yeah.
The expo is going to be at the.
Yeah, it's going to be
I did not
inside
know
the
that.
battle. Yeah, it's going to be in the expo and everything else. Like, I was talking to Alan about it, and he wants us by.
I was thinking about that.
Beside it and everything else too. So that'll be pretty dope if our booth is like right beside it and everything else too. Like letting people know little details they don't know about. Like this is one of the things I can talk about though.
Okay.
But like did talk to him about it, and he wants us by his
smart.
actually by that. So that is one dope thing that's going to be happening at the expo this year, is having an actual bodybuilding show.
Yeah,
so that'll be going on there. So we'll be there. We'll get to see Zane too, because that's what he's doing.
Yeah, I know a couple people that are. One of my clients are in it, and then another buddy of mine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be
quite a bit. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna be happy.
That was the only thing I was worried about. Was the expo and missing the show. Now I get to see both. That's hey.
You already gonna be there.
I was already gonna be there. That's all I was gonna.
Hey, you get to save some money. You ain't gotta buy a ticket.
I'm be over here like, I gotta leave the table real quick. XYZ classics up right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
The only time I won't have to be there is like I know Zane. I'll talk to if anybody else is competing out there that's watching this that knows me. Let me know so I know what class and stuff you're doing, so I can definitely watch for that too. So I can actually leave my booth. Yeah. But so yeah, that'll be dope. I know I'm gonna do that one. I know Heather's doing a show, so albeit I'm gonna go to hers. Who else is competing?
What show is she doing?
I do not know. I have not asked. I just told her to let me know a couple weeks beforehand so I can be there.
I guess you'll see when it's like XYZ weeks out on the story, and you can kind of put two and two together.
If she posts it,
if it's a Tennessee show too, that Now if it's like in Kansas. That's a little different situation.
Well, no, we'll find a way. I'm gonna be there regardless. If it's that far away, just know you, Ian, somebody getting a call. Ain't no way Matt doing that road trip by himself.
Hey, we gotta make a
trip. We're gonna just show up and show out.
Can you clear out
not
a couple
say
days?
nothing. I ain't gonna tell her about it. I'm just like, yeah, I'm on the way. That's it. We all just gonna pull up and show out. But I know she is. I don't know if Landon will compete again this year or not. If he does, I'll be there for his show.
I think he's doing stage. I feel like everybody's doing. From what I've heard, everybody doing stage show. Stage shows.
Next show gonna be I already. Yeah. I might try to see about sponsoring that one at least. I know too. That was one of the ones I was thinking of, like that, or I can talk to Alan about it. I already got their information and stuff like that, and then Whitney wants me to do the Nashville Fit show and everything else, the all-women show and stuff like that. So I thought about it too. I was like, I'll let her know how the expo goes. How the expo goes will decide a lot of things, for real. Because if I can at least make all my money back from doing the expo, then yeah, I'll do something like that. That's what will be the deciding factor and stuff like that.
I'm sure you'll have people. I feel like you're gonna, as far as like the Nashville Fit Show, I feel like whether you're there as a sponsor, or you're there, we're gonna know people that are gonna be in that too. So.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. I feel like almost any Tennessee show, if I go to it, I will know at least one competitor at this point now. I'm at that point.
Same.
Can't go nowhere, G. I was like, I told
you can't even go out of Olympus.
No.
You go into Olympus, somebody's getting ready for some show, or everybody's getting ready for the same shows.
Mm-hmm. Well, I walked in there to drop off a shirt or something like that, and I spent at least 30, 45 more minutes in the gym talking to everybody because they're like, man, Matt, I ain't seen you in a while. I'm like, I ain't got the camera, so I don't really be over here like that. But it was fun catching up to everybody and hanging out with everybody too, though. Still, but I enjoy it. I'll never not enjoy pulling up to the gym and just talking to everybody. It's like, you really know everybody in here. I'm like, it's that time of the day. Oh, the real ones go. Right. That's just like about it. And that's like me. I don't work out at this time and everybody else does. And that's what I love. I'm already done my workout. I didn't kill myself in the gym. It's over with. I got it done in the first thing in the morning. Now I'm going out to have fun or shoot content and stuff like that. But that's really about it. Everything else was caught up. You got anything to think of, like what's to come, G, or anything like that? I mean,
are you talking about for you or
anything? You can ask me anything, G, and we can go from there. That's all it takes. Right.
I got a couple questions. So, What would you say? What would you say you've learned? Okay, what's the best advice you've gotten about running a business?
So,
or at least so far.
Is there any way you can be a little more specific on that?
Is there anything that maybe another business owner has told you that's really stuck to you, or stuck with the way you operate, help motivate you when things aren't going the best, anything like that?
Say the most recent one that is still sticking with me is Tyler. What me and Tyler talked about, actually, even on the podcast. We talked about a lot of it on the podcast, but a lot more was said afterwards and stuff like that and everything. But it's all the paperwork and getting everything to a point, if I was to pass away or anything bad happened, forsaken, that not happen and stuff, that you could easily just sign into one account and be able to see, this is how everything's ran, this is how you keep everything going, here goes all the designs, here goes all that and stuff like that you could easily have access to and be able to be if you wanted to keep it going, you could easily keep it going. That'd be the one biggest thing, is having just everything in a line, having all the paperwork, how to run the business, all the sales, people's information, all linked up and everything like that. I would say just the behind the scenes stuff at the end of the day will be the biggest thing, because later down the road you'll really need it. Whereas, when I first started out, it's I kept some files of everything, of all the shirts sold, who has what shirt, what sizes and everything else. I still have a lot of that, which I need to get back to, filling that back in and everything, which it helps anybody. Hey, so-and-so's coming to shoot with us today. You can easily go right to this file and be okay, so and so's coming, then I need to get these sizes for hoodies, this size for shirts, this size for shorts or pants, and everything else. You would know everybody's sizes because it'd all be in there and everything else. So like that would be dope. That'd be one of the greatest things I've learned. And is what I tell people like that are just starting out. Just like go to events, be seen out there and with it. The best way to market your business is to always be rocking your business. That'd be one thing you can do, and everything else, so like free marketing and stuff like that. Those will be some of the main ones that stick with me. I would say, yeah, that's a good little tad bit.
That's pretty good. That's good advice. Okay, another question. So this is kind of a two-parter. So I would say one, it could be grind season specific or just anything like business wise. And the other one could be more on like more of a personal level.
Okay.
What are you looking most forward to the rest of, let's just say 2025, just for sake of conversation? What are you most looking forward to business wise and then personal?
Personal wise, I'll start with that one because more the business wise is where I find all my enjoyment in really life right now. Like more personal wise will be, getting out of the debt and everything else, because I can do that. I feel like that'll take a lot of burden and everything, like headache off of me. But I'm more looking to see where this goes, like doing the podcast episodes, getting the people on here. Like right now, like this is the most like thing that I'm interested in, and getting it more just efficient and everything else, getting the ball really rolling with it. Like I wanted to start with a Fury and get back to posting them, all the content and everything else. But like this right now has been the most just like interesting, intriguing type thing that I have going, because it's like I'm still getting to hear some of these people's stories that are part of grind season that like I know quite a bit about, but I'm also getting to know more about all the people around us and everything else. And also I want to get to like us having like an actual meetup and everything and hanging out. Like, cause even last year at the expo, like all of us that were there and all hanging out, like it was a great time.
That was great, yeah.
And that was like one of the first like little group sessions of finally me getting all the people that I brought in somewhat together. And I'm like, think about if we get all like 30 people here together or something like that, like MJ's or a night or something like that. Like it would be so much fun. And I feel like it's grown. Like I've seen more and more of the people like all hanging out now too, doing stuff like even Zane and Javon shooting together and stuff like that. Like I can just see everybody would actually enjoy it and stuff like that. Like there's always all the different little things that I see, and that's why I'm bringing everybody together. And that's one of the things I feel like I've been good at, like building friend groups of all these different individuals from different lifestyles and bringing it together. And I really enjoy it, like even with like mostly my main friend group and stuff like that. It's like if you see all of us, it's like y'all are all living completely different types of lifestyles, but how do y'all all get along? I'm like, because well, me and him do this part, and this person does this part, and that person does this part, and it's what we all bring these different things and perspectives to the table, and then we all get behind this and have this in common and everything else. And it's like I knew instantly, like I'm like, you, Ian, y'all could talk about wrestling and y'all are going to be set, and then find all the other thing y'all are interested in. And that's literally how it went. Y'all started talking a little bit about wrestling and everything
and
else.
And then it went to just, yeah.
It blossomed.
Ian's my dog for life now, yeah.
Right.
Really, yeah, I was just sitting there eating my food, and then I don't know how you brought it up, but also me and Ian are both like, we could talk to a wall, really. So it didn't take too long.
I knew it wouldn't, but...
And I was in prep, so that for me to be social at that point... Yeah.
So that's one of the best parts. It's like we'd all have a ball together and everything else, and it's all of us are just like we all really work out. Like literally everybody that's a part of this group really works out and really does this, and it's really about working out and stuff like that. So that's like one of the best parts about it. So that's like the most thing I'm interested in the future and everything is like everybody will have on in here, because it's like so many people I've talked to, and I know you've talked to several people too that are so down to come on. We just got to schedule it all out. So like there's no telling what's going to happen over this year with just this podcast alone and everything else. So you seeing this, y'all need to start subscribing to the YouTube channel and tapping in with us. Like at least
and
subscribe.
Like the videos.
I'll do a giveaway. Y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel and send me a picture you subscribe to the Grind Season page, you'll be entered. That's all you got to do. Subscribe to the YouTube page. You ain't even got to like, do everything else. If you just subscribe to the YouTube channel and send me a picture that you're subscribed, I'll be giving away some shirts and stuff like that this summer. Bam.
Ooh,
just like that.
You know what you should do?
What's that?
The Vegas Gold.
Vegas?
That's not Vegas.
No. This is the
Vegas
championship gold.
Gold.
The Vegas Gold. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll do that one. I'll do that, and then I'll probably do like some like just one-off shirts and stuff like that.
Like the orange ones.
Mm-hmm. I want to do the orange. I want to do purple.
Like the ones that people always ask about, we never have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all those. Just a special on those.
You'll be able to pick between. That's what I'll just do. You'll be able to pick between Vegas Gold, a purple, or orange. Like I'll just be those three colors and stuff like that. So then that'll be like the only way. Because I mean, even like the royal blue, like the one Zane wore on the podcast episode, like. I had that shirt a couple years beforehand it ever came out. Only me and that certain individual that lives in Memphis had it. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's rough. You can tell it's hurt. It hurt, G. It hurts. It hurts a lot. It still does to this day. To this day.
I got you, bro. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right, bro.
Oh, but yeah. So there's that. So I went ahead and just dropped it. You know, I can't have this no more. Other people got to be able to rock it too. So that's what we'll do. We'll give away those colors and everything else. And I'll be making some one-off shirts. And I mean, I have the next design and everything else that I want to do. Like, it's going to be a homage to the first shirt. Everything else, like, it's literally just going to have Grind Season on the front, black shirt, blue writing, and then it's going to have grinding silence on the back. But you'll have to wait and see that. That'll be dropping soon and everything else. Like, I'm going to go put that in here shortly, probably next week, so I can try to have it before the expo. So if you come to the expo and everything else, might have new merch and some one-off stuff at the expo. So pull up. But yeah, you got any other questions for me, G?
I had one, but I think I lost it. This isn't really a question.
Okay.
More of a proposition.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it right before we started recording. The WWE episode. I'm kind of pumped about it now. I've been thinking about it and how it should go.
Mm-hmm.
So I just saw the question and lost it again.
WWE podcast.
Oh,
we got Mania coming up.
There was something else. That's not even WWE that I was thinking about. Who are you? Any future guests that you already have lined up? Just a kind of just a little teaser for whoever's watched it this far.
Teaser
of who's to come next that we haven't already.
Oh, I know I'm about to sit down with my boy Mel and CJ, some of my civilian peoples. I know they'll be coming here shortly. Also out of the civilian peoples, we have Jordan and my boy Mark Keese and everything else. I know I'm going to sit down and do. Over here, I definitely want to do, like, I somewhat talk to my boy Sequoia.
State champ, Mr. Tennessee.
Yeah, Mr. State champ right there, baby. Yes, oh. Yes. But that definitely be one of the ones I know that we have somewhat lined up in the future. Nick, and definitely gonna get him on and everything else. Can't. That's gonna be hilarious. Yeah. Because I mean, y'all two running into Walmart.
Nah, it's been twice now. Man, I'm gonna have to.
Got busted.
Bro, he caught me with this, y'all. So the first time, I'm thinking it's like 10 p.m. You know, it's Thursday night. I got a whole thing of cookies, right? And we're not. And this is the thing. We're headed to checkout at this point, so I'm thinking I'm scot free. And all I see is him walk up to me. No, actually, the first time, we were not even close to the checkout. My fault. Anyways, not the point. The point is, so it was Joe. I was with Joe at this point. And he had all his snacks at the bottom. I had all my stuff at the top of the cart. And then all you see at the top of the cart, I tried to play it off like, oh, no, his stuff is down here. He goes, whose cookies are those? And I was like, hey, that's me. So then we go on the next time. This time I'm riding with Keon, right? And same thing. We're at checkout this time. We're like right next to self-checkout. I see him, and as soon as I see him this time, I'm like, damn. Because I looked at the thing, and I knew I had what I had that time.
Oh,
I had the cookies and the other snacks with the. He was like, bro, what you doing? I said, you need to get together. So now I'm like, every time I go to Walmart, I got to look. head on a swivel, make sure nigga ain't there. So that'll be a good one when he hops on. That's gonna be,
that
was gonna be funny.
Bring that up from his perspective. 'Cause
Yeah.
he got caught too. Caught too.
Well, the first time he got caught, this time
it was just you getting caught.
Yeah, it was just
you
me.
weren't there long enough to see.
Nah, yeah, he was just coming in, but he was like, I was like, "You getting those muffins again?" He was like, "Nah, I'm just getting my stuff I need."
He definitely got them muffins.
Yeah, he probably did.
I know.
I'm gonna ask him. He don't lie to me though.
No, he gonna lie about it. He'll tell the truth.
It's been enough time has passed.
He had some good intentions going in. He said, "Nah, I ain't gonna get none." But
yeah, he probably saw me get him. He's like, "Well, he can get them. Why not?"
Right.
Let's hope that's what he did.
Let's see if he was better. But yeah. Anything else, G? Anything you interested coming up?
My year.
Yeah.
Trying to think. We got state show, so kind of starting to get back in the full prep mode here pretty soon. State show, Knox after that. Maybe Ben Weeder. As far as the summer goes, because of prep, not much.
Right.
Gonna be a lot of staying at home. Gonna be a lot of bodybuilding stuff, and hopefully, shooting a lot of episodes of the podcast and going to see some shows. I'm excited to see. I'm more excited this year. I'm excited about my shows, of course, but I'm excited to see all the new bodybuilders that are coming around this year, because especially at Olympus, there's a lot of people doing their shows for the first time, and it's been cool seeing their journeys. From like them having interest in it around this time last year, and some of them starting to do their shows this year. So I'm really excited to see that and see like all the work that they've been doing.
Everything. Yeah, that'd be real nice too.
Yeah,
because I'll be definitely me. Like I'm at the show and I'm like, wait a minute, I know you. Hey, okay. So that is always fun, because I mean, there's been several shows like that I've seen several people. I'm just like, oh, I didn't know you was competing and stuff like that. So that'll be dope. I can't wait for that and everything else. Wedding season's over with. You got them knocked out. I got one end of the year time, so it'll be fun.
Oh yeah, the wedding was fun. Oh,
I bet.
You look at the group we had. I mean,
the group y'all.
It was over.
I knew it was.
It was over. Yeah.
People was trying to get me there. I was like, look, they did not invite me.
Yeah, we understood the assignment for that one.
Yo,
that was.
I knew y'all would.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so we'll just wrap it there. I mean, people have any questions, y'all can shoot them away. Ask me anything. Talk about anything.
So as far as what's the easiest way, if they don't already know how to get, like, as far as getting a shirt or getting any type of clothing, should they just DM you, text you, go to the website?
Go to the website. I mean, if you stay in Shelbyville, Murfreesboro area, I mean, I'm always over here and stuff like that. So, I mean, you can literally just get it same day sometimes. I mean, there's been several times where I've drove all the way from Shelbyville to Murfreesboro to drop off a shirt for somebody. Like, I'll go out of my way and everything else. If you really want one that bad and everything, just holler at me. I got you.
There you go.
But yeah, you can check out the website and everything else to see everything. Everything merchandise wise that I have is on the website, and everything else at least. So, but majority of the time have them with me. So if you see me out in public, just holler at me. Say, hey man, I want something. We can walk out to the car and get it. So hey, that's just how it be. I'm like, I'm gonna use my vehicle and everything else. I mean, it is getting to that point where I ain't gonna be able to keep everything with me. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I don't have, like the red and blue hoodies. I don't have those on me and stuff like that. Some of the old shirts and stuff I don't have on me, but any event and stuff like that, we'll have them there and stuff. So, but anything that's recently come out in the last year or two, I definitely have it. I have those hoodies and stuff like that still with me. I got the new hoodies that just came out. I got the sweats normally and my new hoodie and stuff like that too. So if you ever need merch, just holler, reach out. I'll get it to you best way. I mean, if you see me, just holler. There's that.
All right. Sounds like that's a wrap.
That sounds like a wrap.
Until the wrestling episode, WWE episode. You think I'm kidding? I'm not kidding.
I know you're not kidding. That's the crazy part.
We're a week away from Mania. Yeah, we gotta.
Yeah, we gotta get you a whole team, because Matt just gonna slide in here and just be here and just crack random jokes about old wrestling and everything else. And
hey, we need all of that.
Because that's where I'm good at. Like, ask me old information and stuff like that. Old Cena. I mean, I still like Cena. Cena, my nigga.
Oh yeah, he's
I'm
always.
just saying.
Yeah. I mean,
Now, they can say
like
he's the heel, but to me, he ain't.
You know.
I don't care for Cody.
Yeah, hey, either. I'm
We'll
still
start
hurt
that
off.
topic. Come on now. Yeah, you
Yeah.
come at me. You can try me with your best one. I don't care how much y'all love Cody out here. He ain't nothing like John Cena because you
Yeah.
can't even see him.
He's so good you can't even see him. I mean, you can't. It's hard to be better than the guy that made a spinner belt.
I know.
Like, you can't touch that.
I had him.
I didn't have it, but I wanted it.
Well, I had. Well, let me
Oh, you mean
let
like-
me phase.
you mean like
we
the-
had
the
the
replica?
cheap
The cheap-
plastic.
Okay, I
one.
had-
The cheap
that's
plastic
the one
from
I
Walmart.
had.
Yeah, we had
Yeah,
them.
okay, all right,
And
got
I
you.
ain't never had one of them metal replica. I wasn't that.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't even
We was
now.
too broke for that.
I knew
My parents was not buying
I knew
me
I
that
wasn't.
when they saw that
I knew I wasn't
price.
getting one at that age. But I look at them now and I'm like, well, I see why I wasn't getting them at that age. I didn't get them at this age either.
Right. Like,
Man,
take out a second mortgage.
yeah.
Or a
I'll
belt.
just
Oh,
buy
no.
a T-shirt. You know.
Yup. I'm gonna sit with a T-shirt. Bro, I still get hyped watching that one video of his coming in the intro that had the camera follow and everything else. I'm like, how could you not enjoy this? How could you not enjoy wrestling? Right
Yeah.
here, just watch this one video and tell me you don't enjoy this. If you don't, then we can't be friends.
I feel like you just gotta go to an event. No, screw
You
that.
ain't gotta go
I
to
feel like
an
you just need to watch if you watch 2 weeks and once you learn what the storylines,
Lines.
that's where it all comes together.
Right.
Like
Yeah, watch you a couple memes. Have somebody to tell you the storylines of
watch
what's all going
WrestleMania
on.
first.
Yeah, you watch WrestleMania. Yeah, you're gonna be hooked.
You watch both, yeah, especially now it's 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy. It's now remember when we were kids, everything was pay per view.
Yeah,
So you didn't get to
yeah,
watch
hey,
any of it. You had to
no.
wait until Monday Night Raw, and they would show that little ass video that would show
Right.
everything that happened.
Like, WrestleMania was the only one we would get though.
Yeah, you was like, I'm paying for it. See, we wasn't having that over in the McQueen household. We were definitely waiting until Monday. But and hope nobody spoiled that.
That'd be the one that the Johnson household would get is WrestleMania. Now, some of the other ones we might get, some we might not get. But we
Shout
was
out
at
to
least
Peacock.
getting WrestleMania.
Now it's on
Yeah,
Peacock.
Peacock now, boy.
Hey,
we
man,
said
clutch.
we gonna watch it.
I've been watching all
I've
the
been
old
invited
ones.
over. I done got invited over to several people's houses to watch WrestleMania. Like,
I am.
I don't
Oh.
know.
I'm watching that at my boy Dylan's place, bro. Bro, they locked in. It feels like a Super Bowl
I mean,
party.
I hope we go back to Devon's. Like I like hanging out with VA's friend, his work friend, and stuff like that, and us watching it there.
Yeah.
Like it's always a great time with him and everything else. I mean, I like this new, gimbal, but I forgot to rip off that padded piece, so
yeah.
it don't want to stay up here. And the padded piece is slowly coming off, and this is slowly coming off the table again. So
It's a good time
here
to
we
wrap it up.
are again, another week of this happening to me again. But with that said, if you like the video, subscribe, tap in with your boy. We'll see y'all next time. God bless.
Right. But most of the time, people don't really realize that. A lot of people are going to sleep. A lot of people. There's a lot to sleep on, right? Maybe. It's about time we start giving people wake-up calls. So guess what? This one will be the first wake-up call. It'll be the first wake-up call. Very much if you've been sleeping now, make sure that you're awake.